சுந்தர் நீங்க இப்போ ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிடுங்க. 51
Okay,
ஸ்டார்ட்
sir.
பண்ணிடுங்க.
51.
Okay, sir. Ma'am, shall I?
Uma
உமா
madam.
மேடம்,
Uma
உமா
ma'am.
மேம்,
Sundari?
Uma
உமா
ma'am.
மேம்,
Yes,
Uma
உமா
ma'am.
மேம்.
ma'am, shall I start?
Oh, sir. Okay, must
Can
start.
you start? Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
ma'am.
sir. Okay. We shall start
Okay.
now.
Good afternoon, everyone. Next, lot number 51, Mr. M. Tavidumuthuraja, Adityanar College of Arts and Science, Tiruchendur, Thuthukudi. Lot number 52, Mrs. M. Jayakala, Govindamal Adityanar College for Women, Tiruchendur. Lot number 53, Mrs. Rennie Johnson, Yes, ma'am.
Shall I present, ma'am? Shall I present my paper?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And good afternoon, everyone. I am Mrs. Rennie Johnson from Shri Sharda College for Women, Salem. Today I am going to present my paper on the topic Violence Before the Storm, Trauma and Ethical Breakdown in Dennis Lehane's A Drink Before the War. Dennis Lehane's A Drink Before the War interrogates violence not as an isolated criminal eruption, but as a slow anticipatory process rooted in trauma, ethical erosion, and social fragmentation. Set within a racially tense and politically volatile Boston, the novel reveals how violence germinates long before physical confrontation, embedded in fear, denial, and institutional corruption. The novel's recurring motive of drinking operates symbolically as emotional anesthesia, reflecting characters' attempts to suppress moral awareness and brace themselves for inevitable conflict. Through the portrayal of racialized violence, compromised masculinity, and failed institutions, the novel exposes how ethical breakdown becomes normalized in a society conditioned by sustained injustice. By foregrounding violence before the storm, Lehane challenges conventional critical fiction, crime fiction narratives that prioritize resolution instead of presenting trauma as an ongoing moral crisis that resist closure. Ultimately, my paper positions The Drink Before the War as a significant trauma narrative that reveals the psychological and ethical costs of social indifference and anticipatory violence in contemporary urban life. The novel occupies a critical position in contemporary American crime fiction, not merely as a detective narrative, but as a profound examination of violence as an ethical and a psychological condition. While the novel outwardly follows the investigative trajectory of private detectives Angela Gennaro and Patrick Kenzie, its deeper concern lies in exposing the latent violence embedded within the social system, racial hierarchies, and moral compromise. Lehane's Boston is not a neutral backdrop, but a city which is saturated with historical grievance, fear, hostility, where violence exists as a looming presence rather than a sudden disruption. The title itself signals anticipation rather than aftermath, suggesting that violence is prepared for, numbed against, and ethically accommodated long before it manifests physically. This paper argues that The Drink Before the War constructs trauma as something that precedes violence, shaping perception, behavior, and ethical judgment in advance of the act itself. In Lehane's narrative, trauma does not simply follow violence. It structures the emotional landscape beforehand. Characters move through a world already conditioned by fear, racial resentment, and normalized aggression. The sense of impending conflict pervades everyday interactions, producing a psychological state of readiness that mirrors what trauma theorists describes as hypervigilance. Violence, therefore, is not an interruption of normalcy.
Madam, 30 seconds more, ma'am.
Okay, sir. But its inevitable extension. The motive of drinking in the novel operates as a central metaphor for anticipatory trauma. Characters drink not to celebrate but to brace themselves and to suspend moral reflection. This ritualized consumption symbolizes what trauma psychologically identifies as avoidance coping, a strategy that temporarily alleviates distress while deepening long-term damage. Lehane's narrative style reinforces the novel's thematic concern with ethical erosion. Masculinity in the novel is constructed through endurance, aggression, and emotional suppression, reinforcing cycles of trauma and ethical breakdown. The concept of before the storm is central to the novel's trauma narrative. Violence in the novel thus emerges as a culminative process sustained by emotional numbness, institutional failure, and social prejudice. In conclusion, A Drink Before the War presents a compelling vision of violence as anticipatory trauma and ethical breakdown. Through its depiction of moral erosion, racialized hostility, and institutional behavior, the novel exposes the psychological groundwork that enables violence to flourish. Lehane's refusal to offer moral resolution underscores the persistence of trauma within the social structures, positioning the novel as a powerful critique of contemporary urban life. By foregrounding violence before its eruption, Lehane transforms crime fiction into an ethical inquiry, insisting that the most devastating harm occurs long before the first blow is struck. Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, lot number 54, C. Soumya, Sri Sharada College for Women, Salem.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Shall I present my paper, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good afternoon to all. Good afternoon, sir. Myself, Soumya, PhD Research Scholar in English from Sri Sharda College for Women, Autonomous, Salem. I'm going to present a paper on the title, Remembering to Heal, Emotional Trauma and Recovery in Colin Hoover's Reminders of Him. So here, Colin Hoover's Reminders of Him is published in 2022 and presents a profound exploration of emotional trauma, guilt, and the arduous process of recovery through memory and love. Centered on the characters of Kenna Rowan, the novel interrogates how traumatic memory functions not merely as a source of suffering, but also as a pathway toward healing and redemption. Drawing on trauma theory, particularly the works of Kathy Roth, Judith Herman, and Dory Love. So the paper examines how Hoover narratives trauma as an ongoing psychological condition rather than a past event. So the study argues that Reminders of Him redefines healing not as a forgetting or absolution, but as ethical remembrance and acceptance of guilt, responsibility, and emotional accountability. Through its portrayal of motherhood, social judgment, and forgiveness, the novel suits and situates personal recovery within a broader social and moral framework, making trauma a shared and witnessed experience. Ultimately, the paper positions Reminders of Him as a significant contribution to contemporary trauma fiction, foregrounding memory as both wound and remedy. By engaging deeply with trauma theory of the Reminders of Him, actually it emerges a significant work in contemporary trauma fiction. Its insistence on remembering that rather than forgetting challenges dominate culture narratives of recovery and redemption. So ultimately, the novel affirms that healing is not the absence of pain, but the ability to live meaningfully in its presence. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, lot number 55, R. Udayavel, Adityanar College of Arts and Science, Tiruchendur. Lot number 56, S. Kodimalar, Govindamal Adityanar College for Women, Tiruchendur. Lot number 57, Preeti R.E., Sri Sharada College for Women, Salem. Lot number 58, Mageshwari S., Sri Sharada College for Women, Salem. Lot number 59, Saranya A., Vivekananda Arts. Yes, ma'am.
I'm audible to you.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm Kodimala from Govindamal Aithanar College for Women. Now I am going to
Ma'am?
present a paper on.
It's
Hello.
Kodimala from Govindamal College.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
You can, Kodimala,
Kodimala, you can present
Preeti,
Preeti, you
be
can
Ma'am,
be
I-
next.
Okay, sir.
Kodimala, you can present now.
hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, I am present here. I'm Kodimala.
Kodimala
கொடிமலர்
முடிச்சதுக்கு
முடிச்சதுக்கு
அப்புறம்
அப்புறம்
பிரீத்தி
பிரீத்தி
present
present பண்ணுங்க. கொடிமலர் present பண்ணட்டும்.
I'm Kodimala from Govindamal Aithanar College of Women. Now I'm going to present a paper on a study of human relationship in Sudhamurti's A Circle of Life. The Sudhamurti is known for well writers, and Sudhamurti is known the simple and powerful storytelling that capturing the essence of life, love, and human values. Sudhamurti's recently published the book The Circle of Life seeks to light on social issues, the current social issues such as a social and a human relationship. Sufferings and struggles of entrepreneuring raised the Uttarara and Rajasingh and Subo are of the becoming the friend of Indian Institution of Science, the Bangalore in 1999. Uttar, doctor of well-known for engineering in the Hyderabad, had completing the engineering from the university and applied for her master's live. And the Subha, son of the postman, graduated by Vishwaya College and Engineering, Bangalore. He completed his education and joining full scholarship. The Janaki doctor and he Pune and completing her BSc. He joined an institution again, her post-graduation. She wanted to become a computer science and entrepreneur, and Arvind, son of the successful businessman and the millionaire of that Chennai, and hailed from an Orthodox family and joined the pursuing in the chemistry and completed the course. They decided to meet the book, providing the writers with samples to spaced and perspective of social problems and human relationship. The human relationship, one of the major problem as well as the good relationship with them, and issues of corruptions, which is a blame for stunning the economy for the society, is highlighted through the Aravind story. The Aravind was very much interested in inflating of that he can apply for the job in company in Delhi. He was working in the housing project and Madhya Pradesh. After joining the company, he started working on the projects to build the rural houses. Soon the founding of company and building and bridges with the low quality comments, producing and false receipt, and he was able to forecast of humanity of dangers, and he bridge should be the collapsed and leads to be the death many peoples. When qualified that, and Bhumi was a research student in Delhi University, and he was inclined the forward of social problems and human relationships. And if the roads were good, and Bhumi would not alive. So the rank of the Aravind mind they, and Aravind is competent for the elections to improve the living of stature of the people by making the better. Aravind brothers made him join a ruling party and presenting the sincere discharged and his duties. For 1 year, then he joined the college. Then he had been sincere discussed by the duty of her year. Then he started accepting the favor of his work. The human relationship felt the getting of the work and why they are favored to use a political life changed the Aravind very much. A man of power, a true Gandhian, as a great social worker, changed with their power. Sudhamurti's stories is often features to strong female characteristics and challenges social norms. Janaki's depict one of the strongest character and good
30 seconds
relationship.
more. 30 seconds
30
more.
seconds more.
Okay, sir. Then the marriage system in India influenced by the lot of factories, and among them in the astrology is creating of unnecessary stresses. Then I would conclude that the relationship between Sudhamurti's life, there are two peoples were very important then qualified as the study of hardships and success and disappointed. The story is the circle of life, statement of successful writing career, reflecting and thoughts of life and relationship. Thank you, sir. Thank you to all.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, lot number 57, Preeti Ari, Sri Sharada College for Women.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, all. My topic is Resilience and Survival in Indu Sundaresan's novel, The 28th Wife. Indu Sundaresan's novel, The 28th Wife, published in 2002, is a work of historical fiction that speaks about the Mughal Empire's culture and tradition, ancestry, customs, and their religious beliefs. It also delivers how the empire flourished so powerfully among all the dynasties in India. The theme of resilience and survival can be seen in the journey of Mirza Ghias Beg, Mehruniza's father. He was a Persian and he wanted to shift his family from Persia to India because of his father's death and for political shifts. Ghias Beg was a desperate, highly resilient man as he led his pregnant wife and his starving children towards India. His survival was defined by a series of tragic moments. His family traveled in the Silk Road starving, along with the newborn daughter Mehruniza. Ghias Beg arrived at the Mughal court of Emperor Akbar with nothing in his hands. With the help of his good intellect, he uplifted himself slowly. Ghias Beg's resilience was different because it was formed in his intellectual prowess as a common man with the knowledge of his poetry and administration and dealing with accounts. He was able to uplift in the court. Instead of his survival was not of just physical, it was also psychological. It was also a socio-political rebirth. The author Sundaresan uses Gya's character to illustrate the power of resilience and survival. Thank you, sir. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, lot number 58, Maheshwari S, Sri Sharada College for Women, Salem.
Ma'am, she is my research supervisor. On behalf of her, I have done my presentations.
Okay, ma'am. Next, lot number 59, Saranya A, Vivekananda Arts and Science College for Women, Sangagiri. Lot number 60, Maheshwari R, AVP College of Arts and Science, Tirupur.
Yes, ma'am, I'm here, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I will share my screen, ma'am, just a minute. Is my screen visible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the topic which I have chosen for my research is a study of feminism, self-respect, and moral independence in Charlotte Bronte's Jane Eyre. This novel has various feministic themes. That's why it inspired me to choose this particular topic for my research. To give a short introduction about it, Jane Eyre novel was published in 1847 by Charlotte Bronte. This novel has various core themes like feminism, self-respect, and moral independence. The main protagonist in this novel is Jane, and she is considered as the first feminist literary hero in Charlotte Bronte's novel. And the research methodology which I have used for this particular research is that qualitative literary research, so that I made a close reading of Jane Eyre novel and done a thematic analysis for all the feministic concepts which is relevant to my topic, and made a descriptive and analytical method to seek how the themes are expressed in the Jane Eyre novel. And I made a data collection. The methods which I have used for that data collection is that first, I look into the original text of Charlotte Bronte's Jane Eyre, which is the primary source. And for the secondary source, I have researched through various online databases such as Google Scholar and Shodhganga, and certain scholarly books and journal articles of other researchers, and also referred some textual evidences to complete this research. While doing this research, what are the findings that I can able to look into the novel is that first major finding is that expression of love and autonomy. Jane Eyre has expressed the theme of love while she is having the relationship with Mr. Rochester. This is a kind of pure relationship, not a kind of immoral relationship. But when she came to know about that Mr. Rochester has already been married to someone named Bertha Mason, she left that relationship with some moral values. This incident shows that how she gives values to the
30
moral
seconds.
respect and also the self-respect. The quote, "I am a free human being with an independent will." This quote itself states that she is giving more importance to the respect, moral respect and freedom in love. And I can able to find the representation of feminism through Jane Eyre character in the novel, and some incidents which relates to the self-respect as feministic principle, and some moral independence attitudes that Jane Eyre expresses in the novel, economic and social mobility as enablers of independence. This entire novel is based on the structure of Victorian England, so all the economic and social mobility features are relevant to the Victorian period. Feminist uncertainty, religious moral discourse, and gender-based.
Ma,
If the point is taken, you can call next person.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sundari.
Sundari.
Next. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Next, lot number 61, Dr. R. Mangaleshwari, Govindamal Adityanar College for Women, Tiruchendur. Lot number 62, Shakti Kohila A, Govindamal Adityanar College for Women.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to everyone. I'm Shakti Kokila from Govindamal Adityanar College for Women, Tiruchendur. I'm here to present about the financial performance of Maruti Suzuki for past 5 years. Maruti Suzuki is a leading automobile manufacturer in India. Maruti Suzuki offered a wide range of cars from entry-level cars to luxurious level cars. Maruti Suzuki ranking 9th globally among automobile companies. The companies has sold over 2.8 crore vehicles in India. I have used financial metrics like ratio analysis, common size statement, comparative statement, and financial statements. I have taken the balance sheets from money control websites, and financial performance refers to the company's evaluation in terms of assets, liabilities, equity, expenses, revenue, and profitability. It provides insights into how effectively a company uses its resources to generate the income and maintain overall financial health. And ratio analysis, you evaluate the key performance metric including the profitability, valuation, and efficiency ratios to access the company's financial health. And common size statement is prepared to standardize the financial statements to facilitate the period to period comparison and identify the structural changes. Comparative analysis statement is prepared to compare the financial statement across the 5 years period to highlight absolute changes in financial performance metrics. And by using ratio analysis, I identified that there is a strong improvement trend in return on equity is increased from 4.9% in 2021 to 15.63% in 2025. Net profits also tripled from 2.98% in 2021 to 9.19% in 23. I conclude that there is the significant growth in 2024 to 25 with the highest revenue of rupees 1,51,000 crore due to increase in asset and equity leads to a significant improvement in return on asset. Thank you, sir, for this great opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, lot number 63, Dr. Esther Juliet Sujata, Sri Sharada College for Women, Salem.
Yes, ma'am, I am present.
Yes, ma'am.
My topic is transformative innocence with reference to Johanna Spyri's Heidi. I am Dr. S. Esther Juliet Sujata, Associate Professor of English, Sharda College for Women, Salem. Johanna Spyri was a Swiss author best known for her classic children's novel Heidi. Born in Israel near Zurich, she grew up surrounded by the natural beauty. Wait a minute, please. She grew up surrounded by the natural beauty of the Swiss countryside, which deeply influenced her writing. Spyri's works often focus on childhood innocence, the healing power of nature, moral values, and compassion. Through simple language and strong emotional appeal, she highlighted themes of home, faith, and human kindness. Heidi remains her most celebrated work and has become a timeless masterpiece of children's literature, loved across cultures for its warmth and universal message. Johanna Spyri as a novelist is evident by her famous novel Heidi. The novel had been originally written in German language. In Heidi, Johanna Spyri presents innocence as a quiet yet powerful force of transformation. Heidi's purity of heart, honesty, and natural joy soften hardened adults, heal emotional wounds, and restore broken relationships. Without intention or effort, her childlike faith and closeness to nature bring moral awakening to her grandfather and hope and healing to Clara. Spyri thus suggests that innocence is not weakness, but a life giving power capable of renewing individuals and communities. Heidi's innocence and warmth soften hardened hearts, especially her grandmother's. Without force or argument, she brings emotional renewal, proving that a child can initiate profound inner change. The grandfather's isolation ends through Heidi's presence. She reconnects him with the village community, showing how a child bridges broken social bonds. Nature, companionship, joy introduced by Heidi achieve what medical treatment could not. The fresh air, the sunshine, and Heidi's companionship worked wonders. Heidi catalyzes healing by creating emotional security and happiness. People in the village noticed that Alm uncle was no longer the same man. The child promotes moral reflection in adults who believe themselves superior or rigid. Heidi spoke what she felt without fear or without deceit. Her honesty contrasts sharply with adult artificiality. Heidi's love for the Alps awakening others to
Ma'am,
the
kindly
spiritual
complete
and
within 30 seconds.
yes, sir, restorative power of nature. Wait a minute. Johanna Spyri presents Heidi as a quiet catalyst of transformation. Through innocence, faith, and closeness to nature, the child reshapes adult lives emotionally, socially, and spiritually. Heidi thus challenges the assumption that wisdom flows only from adults to children. Here, the child leads the moral renewal of the world. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, lot number 64, Dr. S. Mohammed Musa, the New College Autonomous, Chennai.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, good afternoon, madam. My
Yes,
self
yes, sir.
topic is digital. I'm audible. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Uh, my topic is digital transformation and its impact on organizational performance. Digital transformation refers to the integration of the digital technologies into all areas of an organization to improve processes, enhance customer value, and driven innovation. It is not limited to the technology alone, but also involves changes in the organizational culture, leadership, and business models. The impact of digital transformation on organizational performance is very significant. It improves the operational efficiency by automating processes, reducing cost, and minimizing errors. It enhances decision making through data analysis real-time information, and business intelligence systems. Digital tools also improve customer satisfaction by enabling personalized services, faster response times, and enhancing the engagements. Furthermore, digital transformation increases the organizational ability and competitiveness, allowing firms to adapt quickly to market changes and technological disruptions. It's faster innovation and employee productivity by encouraging collaborations, remote work, and continuing learning. Overall, organizations that successfully implement digital transformations achieve higher productivity, profitability, market share, and long-term sustainability. Furthermore, conclusion, I would like to inform and highlight successful digital transformation is the difference between the surviving and the thriving. Organization will embrace the shift, increases profitability, market leadership, and sustainability. Thank you for giving permission for allotting me this time. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Next, lot number 65, Susma SK, St. John's College, Palayamkottai, Tirunelveli.
Yes, ma'am. I'm Sushma, research scholar at St. John's College, Palayamkottai. I'm pleased to present my research article titled Fostering Metacognitive Strategies, Technology-Mediated Second Language Classroom in the contemporary digital learning landscape. Second language learners increasingly engage with technology such as mobile applications, online platforms, and AI-driven tools. However, the effectiveness of these tools largely depends on how consciously learners regulate their own learning. The study focuses on metacognitive strategies such as planning, monitoring, and evaluating as essential components that enable learners to think about their thinking and become self-directed language learners. Grounded in metacognitive theory, constructivist learning principle, and multimodal learning perspectives, the research examines how technology-mediated environments can scaffold reflective and strategy language learning. So, adapting a mixed method approach, data were collected through learners such as questionnaires, classroom observation, and reflective tasks to analyze learners' metacognitive awareness and engagement. The findings indicate that technology, when pedagogically integrated, significantly enhances learners' ability to set learning goals, monitor their progress, and evaluate their performance, thereby promoting autonomy and sustained motivations. Digital tools not only facilitate language input and practice, but also act as metacognitive supports by encouraging self assessment and feedback interpretations and also adaptive learning strategies. The study highlights that the role of the teacher shifts from the content transmitter to facilitator of metacognitive development, guiding learners to use technology meaningfully rather than passively. In conclusion, the research underscores that fostering metacognitive strategies in technology enhanced second language classroom is crucial for effective language acquisition, as it transforms technology into a reflective learning space that empowers learners to become active, strategic, and lifelong language users. That's it. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, lot number 66, M. Sumati, Vivekananda Arts and Science College for Women, Sangagiri. Next, lot number 67, Aisha Sabin, M. Marudar Kesari Jain College for Women, Vanyambadi. Lot number 68, H. Fatima Taslima, Govindamad Adityanar College for Women, Tiruchendur.
I am here, ma'am, present.
Yes, ma'am.
I am sharing my screen.
Okay, ma'am.
My screen is visible. Let me know if not.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Okay. Myself, H. Fatima Taslima. I am pursuing my MSc in second physics at Govindamal Adityanar College for Women, Tiruchendur. Today I am going to present a topic on shock waves on. Wait a minute. I am going to present a topic on shock waves. Before proceeding to shock waves in aerospace and supersonic flights, it is important to understand what is shock waves. Shock waves means nothing but it is a sudden energy released. Introduced by August Doppler in the year 1860 to 1870s period. Then we have to know about, wait a minute. Okay, next, shock waves. Introduction to shock waves. Shock waves are extremely high pressure and high temperature disturbance that propagate through a medium that is liquids, gas, solid, or liquid at supersonic speeds faster than the local speed or sound. For example, when an accident occurs, the man may die suddenly, but uh, never clotted the blood, yes, right, due to this also due to the shock waves. That rapid release creates shock waves. Types of shock waves: three types of shock waves. First one is normal waves, that is occurs perpendicular to airflow, sudden drop in velocity.
Fatima,
Rather than the intro, we
aware about
aware
the
about the
types and
types
the
and the
property of
property
shock
of
waves. You
shock
can
waves. You
proceed
can
with your
proceed with your
findings.
findings.
The screen is not sharing now.
That you have
But
to
you
check
have to check
clearly. I
clearly.
can
I
able to
can able to
understand that
understand
the
that the
PowerPoint is not
PowerPoint is not
moving,
moving,
but that you
but
have
that
to
you
check
have to check
previously.
previously.
Yes, it is.
We don't have
We don't have
sufficient
sufficient
time,
time,
Fatima,
Fatima,
because you have
because
to
you
do
have to
these
do
are the
these are
things.
the things.
These things you
These
have to
things you
learn
have
from
learned from the
experience.
experience.
Sundar, you can
Sundar, you
call
can
next
call
one.
next one.
Okay, sir. Next, lot number 69, A. Divya Sarathi, St. Joseph College of Arts and Science, Tenkasi. Lot number 70, Muthulakshmi R. Govindamal Adityanar College for Women.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Muthulakshmi. My topic is use of artificial intelligence in the management of logistic process in shipping companies with a special reference to Thoothukudi Container Terminal. Introductions and need. The shipping industry is a backbone of global trade, responsible for transporting nearly 90% of world commerce. With increasing globalization, shipping companies face the challenges as a port congestion, high operational costs, fuel inefficiency, safety risk, and complex logistic coordination. Traditional logistic management methods are often time-consuming and prone to error. Despite advancement in technology, managing shipping companies still rely on conventional logistic management systems that lack real-time decision-making capability. AI as the empowering, powerful to powerful tools to transforming logistic management in the shipping companies. The absence of advanced analytical tools lead to increase the operational cost, safety risk, and customer dissatisfaction. Therefore, there it is a need to study how artificial intelligence can be uh, effectively used in managing logistical process in shipping companies. To overcome these challenges, and improving efficiency. Next, objectives of the study. The main aim of the study to have an overview of the personal profile on the respondent, to analyze the role of AI in improving logistic process in shipping companies, to identify the benefit of using AI in shipping logistic operational, to examine the challenges faced by shipping companies in adopting AI technologies, and to suggestion measured for effective implementations, AI, and logistic management. Next, methodology used. Both primary and secondary data has been used for the study. The primary data was collected directly from responder working in shipping company. The secondary data were collected from journals, research articles, books, industrial report, company website, and published online sources related to shipping and logistic management. On the whole, two container terminal in Thoothukudi are selected. They are JM Maxim and
Muthulakshmi, you
You
proceed with
proceed with
Thoothukudi
Thoothukudi
container.
container.
What
What
terminal, what
terminal,
results
what
you
results you
received, because we
received,
don't
because we
have
don't have
time.
time.
30 seconds
30
more.
seconds more.
Go with the
Go with the
results.
results.
Go with the
Go with
results,
the
ma.
results, ma.
Research findings: 75% of the respondents covered are male. 35% of them are between 25 and 35 years of age. 45% of them have completing undergraduation. 40% of them have work experience between 5 and 10 years. 45% of them have moderate level of awareness about AI. 50% of the respondents stated that data analysis is the AI application area is logistical management. Agro tracking accuracies have greater impact of the logistical operation. Next, suggestion. Shipping companies should gradually adopt AI technology inside to sudden large scale implementation. Since lack of skilled empowered is a major challenge, continuous training will help employees understand AI tools. Collaboration and partnership can reduce implementation costs and providing technical expense. Shipping companies must invest in a secure digital infrastructure, data protection system, and regular security audit to safeguard operational and customer data. Conclusion: AI applications such as predictive maintenance, demand forecasting, routine optimizations, and automations of port operational signification reduce the operational cost and improving service qualities. Although challenges such as high implementation costs and lack of skilled empower exist, the long-term benefit of AI adoptions outweigh this limitation. The study conclusions that effective implementations of AI is essential for shipping companies to remain competitive, sustainable, and resilient in the evolving global trade environment. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, lot number 71, Dr. R.S. Santa, Govindamal Adityanar College for Women, Tiruchendur. Lot number 72, Dr. M. Aravind Raj, Department of Physics, Sacred Heart College, Tirupattur. Dr. M. Mariammal, Govindamal Adityanar College for Women, Tiruchendur.
Good afternoon, ma'am. My co-author presented the paper. She is Muthulakshmi, lot number 70.
Okay, ma'am. Lot number 74, Prabha S.R. Vivekananda Arts and Science College for Women in Sangagiri. Lot number 75, P. Yoshi Pravina, Vivekananda Arts and Science College for Women, Sangagiri. Lot number 76, A. Muttarasi, St. John's College, Palayam Kotte.
Yes, ma'am. Shall I present the paper, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, I am present here. I am Muttarasi, research scholar at St. John's College. Today I will be presenting titled Dialogue, Containment and Collective Meaning Making, a binding perspective on work groups and basic assumption groups in second language acquisition. Today I will examine how Wilfred Bryan's theory of group dynamics can deepen our understanding of dialogue, containment and collective meaning making in the context of second language acquisition. While FLA has traditionally focused on cognitive interaction and socio-cultural dimensions of learning, a binding perspective highlights the often overlooked emotional and unconscious dynamics that shape how learners engage with language, with one another, and with learning tasks. Bayan proposed that all groups functions on two simultaneous levels, the work groups and the basic assumption group. They are not fixed categories, but fluctuating mental states that influence how group thinks, communicate, and learn. In second language acquisition classroom, both dynamics are continuously present and significantly affect opportunities for language development. The work groups correlated to the importance when the learners are oriented towards the pedagogical task, that is negotiating meaning, experimenting with the new linguistic states that influence how group things communicate and also learning their language in the linguistic forms and learning from feedbacks. In this mode, dialogue functions as a vehicle for meaning making. Learners can tolerate error, ambiguity, and partial understanding conditions that are central to second language acquisition. From a binding perspective, this capacity depends on containment. Language learning exposes learners to vulnerability that are mispronunciation, limited expression, and the risk of negative evaluation. When the classroom environment or the teacher as a containing figure can receive learners' anxiety without judgment, emotional turbulence is transformed into something thinkable. So this allows learners to remain engaged in dialogue rather than retreating into silence or defensive strategies. In such contained environments, collecting in such contained environment, collective meaning making becomes possible. Learners co-construct understanding through interactions, not only at the level of linguistic form, but also in negotiating identity, intention, and cultural meaning. Dialogue here aligns with interactionist and socio-cultural views of second language acquisition. It binds theory adds a psychoanalytic dimensions by explaining why some classrooms sustain dialogue while others collapse under anxiety. In contrast between basic assumption, group dynamics emerge when anxiety overwhelms a group's capacity for containment, and also in the second language acquisition context occurs under conditions of the high stakes assessment, rigid corrections, or strong power asymmetries. There are two basic assumptions: fight flight assumption and a pairing basic assumption. Fight flight assumptions is nothing but the group may resist the target language itself through avoidance, disengagement, or hostility, or perceived evaluation and corrections, or in the dialogue engagement. And in pairing basic assumptions, it focuses on the eventual fluency or present engagement for meaning making is different, and learners may tolerate passive participation while awaiting transformation. Across these basic assumption states, dialogue losses its generative function. Language is no longer a tool for exploration.
Muttarsi, your point. Muttarsi, your
Thank you,
point
ma'am.
is taken.
Next.
Taken. Your point is taken. Next,
Thank you, ma'am. Next, lot number 77, Nurul Arafa, Sri
Yes,
Sarada
ma'am.
College for Women, Salem.
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, one and all present here. I'm Nurul Arafa H, PhD Research Scholar, alongside my co-author Dr. Preeta C, Associate Professor, whose name is in lot number 84, here to present our research paper entitled Steadfast in Shadowed Paths, Exploring Willis Fortitude in Eastern Kayas When the River Sleeps. Eastern Kaya is a novelist, poet, and short story writer who was born in the year 1959 in Kohima, Nagaland, and she holds a doctorate degree in English from the University of Pune. Eastern Kaya's When the River Sleeps is a 2014 published novel which has won Hindu League for Life Prize in the year 2015. Fortitude, in psychological and literary terms, refers to perseverance, mental toughness, and the unwavering pursuit of long term goals despite facing hardships and obstacles. In When the River Sleeps, the protagonist Willie embodies fortitude in a uniquely powerful way. Having suffered the loss of his beloved, Willie chooses to live alone in the forest, relying on his hunting skills to survive. His life takes a transformative turn when he dreams of the sleeping river that holds magical heartstones, which is said to grant great powers. Despite warnings from his village and the dangers ahead, Willie sets out on a dangerous quest to retrieve the stone. This decision marks the beginning of a journey defined by fortitude. Physically, he navigates treacherous forests, escapes attacks by way tigers, mythical tiger spirits, and confronts hostile villagers who accuse him of crimes he did not commit. Emotionally, he struggles with isolation, betrayal, and the loss of trust from those around him. And spiritually, Willie encounters spirits and engages with animistic beliefs that challenge him understanding of the world and himself. His perseverance in the face of these multifaceted challenges exemplifies fortitude as not just stubborn endurance, but a dynamic quality that involves growth and learning. Moreover, Willie's fortitude is intertwined with his evolving relationship with nature. The forest, river, spirits are not just obstacles or landscapes, but active participants in his journey. He learns to listen to the forest's rhythms, respect its sacredness, and draw strength from this connection. This reflects an eco-critical perspective, showing grit as a harmony between human resilience and environmental attunement. His ethical growth is also crucial, where Willie discovers that the Heartstone's true power lies not in its possession but in the wisdom and freedom it symbolizes. This realization deepens his grit, his fortitude, showing it to be more than physical toughness, it's also moral and spiritual tenacity. To conclude, Willis fortitude is a richly layered theme that encompasses physical survival, emotional resilience, spiritual courage, and cultural identity. Istinkayev shows fortitude as a living force connecting humans to nature and supernatural realms. Ultimately, Willis' courage leads him to an awakening, gaining wisdom, revealing that resilience is about growth and liberation rather than the acquisition of mere power. Eastern Kaya uses Willis' quest to reveal fortitude as an essential force for survival and transformation in a world where the natural, supernatural,
30
and
seconds.
human
30
realms
seconds.
intersect. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Lot number 78, Janaki Devi M, Govindamal Adityanar College for Women. Lot number 79, Dr. S. Savita, Sacred Heart College, Autonomous Tirupattur.
Good evening, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
I'm Janaki Devi of Govindamal Adityanar College, and I will present my paper on. Am I audible?
78. Lot number 78. Proceed. Sundari
Yes, sir.
78. Proceed, ma'am. Please proceed. Next we can move on to Savita, ma'am. Janaki,
I'm here
please
to
proceed.
present.
Johnny,
I'm
please
here to
proceed.
present my paper on repressed trauma through Franz Kafka's metamorphosis. The trauma is humans have always fight with their inner demons. That is the psychological disorders we see today. And in modern life, has been discussed thoroughly through books like Metamorphosis and such. And what Franz Kafka says in Metamorphosis is that there's a suppression he went through he went through will transform him into an alienated species, which will metamorphose him into bug, and this reveals that Kafka himself as a alienated one in his family. When we look into Kafka's life, he has a depressing life. Authoritative father who will put him in a smaller state to show him as a bigger one. And as Kafka's life went on, he wants to come out of that image, but he could not. And that leads to him going through 3 love lives and Gregor here also faces the same thing. His family and his work will put him through a lot of struggles that modern men and women go through now. And this what this does is this repressed trauma will lash out when lash out through any situation that may lead to death or anything that or a
Ma'am, kindly
post-traumatic
conclude.
disorder.
We are getting low. Come to the conclusion.
Okay, sir. And I conclude this paper with saying that and we have to fight our inner demons with a great psychological awareness so that we can come out of this repressed trauma and such disorders. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, lot number 79, Dr. S. Savita.
A very warm good afternoon to one and all. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. So this is Professor Savita. I'm here to present the paper on the reliability of mental health of students using a Markov model. In the recent years, mental health issues among students have gained increasing attention due to the academic pressure, social expectations, and environmental factors. Mental health is not static, rather, it evolves over time and may shift between healthy, stressed, and critical states. So, reliability theory, which is commonly applied in engineering and system analysis, can be extended to assess the reliability of mental health system. When combined with the Markov models, reliability analysis provides a structured framework to study the probabilistic behavior of mental health states over time. So, this paper aims to model students' mental health as a stochastic system and analyze its reliability using a Markov chain approach and to compute the long state behavior reliability function and the mean time to mental health failure. So, this model have included four states: a healthy, mild stress, severe stress, and recovery, where the states are mutually exclusive and exhaustive. And this model also inculcates the Markov assumption, where the future mental health states depends only on the current state, independent of the past history, and here the time is considered as the discrete intervals. The key findings of this paper includes mental health dynamics that are effectively modeled using Markov chains, where the reliability stabilizes after initial stress phase. The recovery also plays a crucial role in this long-term stability, and this model helps to identify the critical intervention period. As a conclusion, this Markov reliability model provides a mathematical framework for the mental health analysis that captures both long-term dynamics and the short-term behavior, which will be useful for the educators, administrators, and the mental health professionals. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, lot number 80, Dr. N. Janaki, Govindamal Adityanar College for Women, Tiruchendur. Lot number 81, B. Monica, Vivekananda Arts and Science College for Women, Sangagiri. Lot number 82, Dr. R. Saravana Selvakumar, G. Venkadaswamy Naidu College, Kovilpatti.
Yes, ma'am. I'm online. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Is it audible, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Fine, ma'am. And hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, respected chairperson and dear friends. And my paper is titled Climate Change, Social Inequality, and Personal Transformation in Barbara Kingsolver's Flight Behavior. Actually, this study examines how Kingsolver blends environmental concerns with social realities and individual growth through the life of the protagonist, Delabora. And the novel Flight Behavior is a notable work of climate fiction, a subgenre of ecofiction that addresses global warming and its impact on human life. Actually, the novel is set in a rural Alapachia. The novel also it portrays how climate changes is not just a scientific issue, but a lived experience. Especially, it focuses on the marginalized communities. Moreover, the sudden appearance of monarch butterflies in tennis caused by disrupted migration patterns also symbolizes ecological imbalance and environmental crisis. And the key focus of the novel is personal transformation that happens through education and awareness. Delabora's interaction with the scientist Ovid Byron also helps. It also helps her move from seeing the butterflies as a miracle to understanding them as evidence of climate change. And this sudden shift marks her intellectual and emotional growth, empowering her to question social norms and imagine a different future. King Solver also criticizes the role of media and religious beliefs, showing how sensationalism and blind faith can obscure scientific understanding. At the same time, the novel also emphasizes that meaningful environmental action begins with knowledge and responsibilities. To conclude, flight behavior presents climate change as deeply interconnected with social injustice and personal agency. King Solver also reminds us that individual awareness can inspire collective action and that education is essential for building a sustainable future. So thank you, organizers. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Next, lot number 83, Dr. N. Janaki, Govindamal Adityanar College for Women, Tiruchendur.
This is replication.
Okay,
Next.
sir. Lot
Same
number
Janaki.
84, Dr. Preeta C., Sri Sarada College for Women, Salem.
Ma'am, I've already presented paper on behalf of my co-author. My lot number is 77. Yeah,
Okay, ma'am.
thank you, sir.
Next, lot number 85, K. Sarin Selvakumari, St. John's
ma'am.
College, Palayamkote.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sarin from St. John's College. My paper is titled Negotiating Loss Through Compartmentalization, Reparative Fantasy, and Object Constancy in Kashwa Shigro's The Remains of the Day. The Remains of the Day is a novel deeply concerned with loss, repression, and emotional restraint. Instead of directly expressing grief, Stephens copes with both his personal losses and the larger historical failures of his time by carefully separating emotions from duty. This process of psychological compartmentalization, while preventing him from fully acknowledging his pain, allows him to continue functioning. In this paper, I use psychoanalytic concepts to explore Stephen's inner life and to show how his restrained narrative voice reflects these hidden emotional struggles. Here, I am using the concept of compartmentalization as a psychological defense mechanism. This refers to a process by which the mind separates conflicting emotions and memories so that they do not overwhelm with individual. In this novel, Stephens clearly separates his sense of duty from his personal feelings. By clinging firmly to his professional role, he is able to cope with emotional pain without confronting it directly. Thus, his rigid identity as a butler becomes a form of emotional protection. A clear example of compartmentalization in the remains of the day is Stephen's reaction to his father's death. While his father is on his deathbed, Stevens continued to perform his duties during an important conference at Darlington Hall, not allowing personal grief to interfere with his work. He separates his emotional loss from his professional role by choosing to suppress his feelings and efficiently serve the guest. Stephens places duty in one mental compartment and keep it the grief in another compartment. This separation allows him to function in that moment, but it also prevents him from fully confronting his loss.
30
And
seconds.
the loss is, yes. Stephen copes with loss by relying on detachment and imagination. By separating duty from emotions and idealizing dignity, he is able to maintain a stable sense of self. However, this is compensatory imagination prevents him from fully acknowledging grief and loss, thus also limiting his emotional growth. Through Stephen's story, Ishiguro critiques emotional repression, showing that while it may serve as a survival strategy, it ultimately leads to isolation and quiet despair. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, lot number 86, Mrs. R. Tangarani, Govindamal Adityanar College for Women, Tiruchendur. Lot number 87, Subalakshmi C., Govindamal Adityanar College for Women, Tiruchendur.
Yes, I'm here. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, all. I am Subalakshmi, first year PG student of Govindamal Adityanar College for Women at Tiruchendur. My title of the project is The Subaltern and the Archer Reading the Silences on the Oral History Nonfiction, The Other Side of Silence, Voice from the Partition of India by Urvasi Butalia. Urvasi Butalia is a distinguished Indian feminist writer, publisher, and activist whose pioneering work has fundamentally reshaped the landscape of feminist literature in South Asia. Her groundbreaking work, The Other Side of Silence, is a oral history that shifts the focus of 1947 partition of India
from political leaders to the personal experience of ordinary people, through over a decade of interviews. This paper focuses on how Bouteiller challenges the official version of history. The official version of history regarding 1947 partition of India majorly focuses on high politics, elite negotiations, and territorial divisions. It argues that mainstream historical narratives largely ignore the human dimension of tragedy. Then about how does the author use oral testimonies to reconstruct the lives of those the state choose to forget, and the use of first person narrative versus official documentation. It's the concept of unreliable narrator in trauma studies. Trauma studies examines the profound impact of distressing disruptive events on individual and society, analyzing how such experiences are represented, remembered, and processed through literature, culture, and psychology. Ultimately, this paper has demonstrated how a subaltern studies approach can reveal voices that are often marginalized in traditional history. Subaltern studies that re-examines history from the perspective of marginalized. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you all for your time and attention. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, lot number 88, Sayed Rabia, AS, Vavu Vajika Women's College of Arts and Science. Lot number 89, Sushmita A, Govindamal Adityanar College for Women, Tiruchendur.
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Shall I start the?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Shweta, a student of Govindamal College for Women in Tiruchendur. Today, I'm going to present my paper titled A Multidisciplinary Reading of George Orwell's Animal Farm. Multidisciplinary is nothing but studying a literary text using ideas from different subjects. So, in this paper, I try to explore Animal Farm from different points of view, such as political, social, psychological, and in a literary manner. This approach helps us to see how Orwell gives a deep message about power control and human behavior. And George Orwell is a famous allegorical novel that reflects political, social, and literary concerns, though it appears to be a simple story about animals. The novel offers a deep and powerful criticism of dictatorship, misuse of powers, and social injustice. A multidisciplinary reading helps us to understand the novel from different perspectives, making its meaning richer and more comprehensive. From the political perspective, Animal Farm is a satire on the Russian Revolution of 1917 and the rise of Stalin's dictatorship. Here, Orwell represent the character old major ideas of Karl Marx and Lenin, who inspires the animals to rebel against human control, and Napoleon symbolizes Joseph Stalin, who becomes a cruel and selfish ruler. Snowball represents Leon Trotsky, who stands for progress and reform. The pigs gradually change the laws of the farm and use fear and propaganda to control the other animals. This shows how revolutionary ideals of equality and freedom are destroyed by greed and hunger for power. Then, in a sociological perspective, the novel highlights class division and social inequality. After the rebellion, the pigs became the ruling class, while the other animals became workers. Then, the character Boxer, the hardworking horse, represent the exploited working class. He works sincerely and believes in the leaders, but he is finally betrayed and sent away. Through Boxer's tragic fate, Orwell shows how laborers are often used and discarded by those in power. This exposes the unfair class structure present in authoritarian societies. So then,
30 seconds.
okay, sir. Conclude that a multidisciplinary reading of Animal Farm reveals that novel richness and depth. By combining political, sociological, psychological, and literary perspective, we gain a full understanding of Orwell's message. The novel warns readers about the danger of dictatorship, blind obedience, and misuse of power.
Even today, animal form remains highly relevant, encouraging people to think critically, question authority, and upload values of quality and freedom. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Lot number 90, Sandhya Palanisamy, AVP College of Arts and Science, Tirupur.
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so much. So, good afternoon, respected everyone. Today, I'm here to speak on the topic literature, a mirror of life. So, this paper, as we all know, that this topic is a usual topic for everyone. This paper explores how literature reflects human experiences, society, and emotions and moral values across time. So yeah, related to this topic, I would like to say that literature has always been one of the most powerful forms of human expression. So from ancient myths to modern novels, writers transform real life experiences into artistic works. Literature does not merely entertain us, it preserves culture, records, history, and shapes our thoughts and emotions. So to understand this better, let us see how literature reflects different aspects of life. Yeah. So literature reflects life in multiple ways. Like it portrays social realities such as class systems and traditions. It captures human emotions like love, fear, hope, and despair. So it presents moral dilemmas, helping us distinguish between right and wrong, which is right and wrong. So and it preserves cultural identity, passing traditions from one generation to the next. So moving to the next point, I would like to say the transformative impact of reading. So reading in literature has a transformative impact on readers. Like if it creates awareness of diverse cultures and perspectives. It enhances critical thinking by encouraging analysis and interpretation. So most importantly, it develops empathy, allowing us to emotionally connect with others. So this is why literature is often described as a mirror of life. So literature is not just imagination, it is a reflection of life itself. However, it's a simple mirror, like literature also interprets and questions reality. So through stories and characters and writers offer insight, criticism, and possibilities for change. In this way, literature preserves human struggles and wisdom for future generations. So the next slide is my next slide is literature as social documentation. So in this point, I would like to remind that every literary work is shaped by its social and historical context. Yeah, is it right? Is it true or what? Yeah, I agree this point. Like for example, Charles Dickens highlighted poverty and child labor in Victorian England, even though in the work Oliver Twist he has highly mentioned that. Yeah, so Indian, not only him, Indian writers like R.K. Narayanan and Malkraj Anand exposed caste discrimination and colonial oppression. So thus the literature gives voice to the marginalized and records social realities permanently. So the next slide is literary forms through time. So literary has evolved over time in different forms. Ancient epics like the Ramayana conveyed moral and cultural values. So classical poetry expressed deep emotions. Realist fiction
30 seconds, ma'am.
documented
30
social
seconds.
changes. Say, sir?
30 seconds. Please complete.
Yeah, sure. So one of literature's greatest strength is its emotional depth. Through poetry, novels, and drama, writers express universal emotions that connect people across cultures. So literature explores psychological conflicts and helps readers develop emotional intelligence and empathy. So to conclude, I would like to say that literature is an essentially mirror of human life. It reflects reality, preserves memory, shapes thought, and inspires change. As both a mirror and a lamp, the literature not only shows us who we are, but also guides.
Ma'am, your point is taken. Your point is taken. Thank you. Sundari.
Yes, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Next, lot number 91, S. Vijayalakshmi, Govindamal Adityanar College for Women, Tiruchendur.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. This is S. Vijayalakshmi. I am doing my master's in Govindamal Aditya College for Women, Tiruchendur. Now, I am going to discuss about my project presentation on the topic Negotiation Power, Feminine Identity in Samuel Richardson's Pamela. From my project title of this presentation, this topic is like a study of how Pamela, a young woman who is from a low class, poor, and an innocent servant of Lady B, and a servant for Mr. P after the death of Lady B. My project presentation title is speaks and talks about how Pamela protects herself and her riches and also how she saved her identity. Pamela is a poor servant who faces many pressures and many tortures from his master, Mr. P. Pamela lives in a male dominant society. After the death of Lady B, she suffered a lot and lot. She refused to accept the unfair treatment and behavior of Mr. B and thought for her dignity and virtues. Here, to show the feminine negotiation power, she doesn't use any violence or attack. She simply uses the soft feminine quality of her intelligence and patience. She doesn't obey blindly to her master. Instead, she thinks carefully before speaking. By her calmness resistance gradually earns respect from Mr. B by safetying her purity, virtues, and earn more respect from Mr. B. Here, in my presentation, the character Pamila's feelings and emotions are clearly portrayed. Pamela faces many betrayal and cheating, but never she fails. The feminist studies Pamela having her own guidance and limits on how and who are allowed to touch her. At last, of this novel, Pamela Virtues is truly saved and who always been in secure life and her own guidance and not even Pamela doesn't allow Mr. B to touch her. And Pamela doesn't obey blindly to her master. Every servant always obey to her master, but Pamela fight against her master to not to touch her. This was the hero in downfall for forcing and hurting the Pamela, and the feminine character got praised and honored by Samuel Richardson's stories. And now I'm concluding this with my presentation on how Pamela negotiates and builds her identity to resistance, intelligence, and moral strength in partial society. And thank you for this golden opportunity. And this was a very useful meeting for me. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, lot number 93, A. Sindhuja, Govindamal Adityanar College for Women, Tiruchendur.
Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. I thank for this wonderful opportunity. I am Sindhuja, research scholar and faculty in Govindamal Adityanar College for Women, Tiruchendur. I would like to present my paper on the topic Transformation and Disappointment in Sudhamurthy's novel Mahashweta. The paper picks out the woman's trauma when she enters into the marital bond and how she is disappointed in her in-laws' home. Later, she wants to transform her life. The novel Mahashweta addresses the challenges women faces in patriarchal societies, particularly in India. The narrative explores themes of pain, marital discord, divorce, disbelief, economic independence, gender equality, and women empowerment. Novel Mahashweta explores the protagonist's journey from self-sacrifice to self-discovery, highlighting the societal issues and gender discrimination. Sudhamurthy addresses the challenges faced by women such as arranged marriages, neglect from in-laws, unsupportive husbands, and social stigmas. Though protagonist's transformation, the novel portrays the resilience and strength of women, emphasizing her ability to overcome adversity and achieve self-reliance. The protagonist's story serves as a powerful representation of the unheard voices of many women, breaking the age-old belief that women are only capable of domestic roles. Her journey from dependency to independence underscores the importance of inner strength and potential for women to thrive despite social constraints. So, in the narrative, Sudhamurthy effectively explores the theme of true love, essential for the enduring bond of marriage. Anupama's life initially appears idyllic and like as she marries Dr. Anand in a fairy tale wedding. However, her world shatters when she discovers a small white patch on her skin, leading her family to believe she has the incurable disease that is leukoderma. This revelation results in Anupama's facing unjust treatment from both her in-laws and her husband Anand. The once cherished and memorable wedding moment quickly turned into a harrowing nightmare. The neglect and lack of support from her own family members became a deeply painful and jarring experience of Anupama. Abandoned by her indifferent in-laws and the insensitive husband, she is compelled to return to her father's home in the village. The social stigma of a married woman living with her
30
parents,
seconds.
combined
30
with her
seconds.
stepmother's constant taunts and the ostracism associated with her skin condition, drives Anupama to the brink of suicide. So Subramurti has crafted Anupama's character to represent the many voices that have long been silenced. Anupama's liberation symbolizes the emancipation of countless women who have been flexible. Her emergence as a powerful individual shatters the age-old belief that women are only capable of birthing children and managing household affairs. Instead, Anupama's decision to become self-reliant demonstrates that women are not helpless or dependent.
Madam, your point
Your
is
point is
taken.
taken. Anupama, correct point is taken.
Next,
Next, ma.
Sundari.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, lot number 94 are Maragadam, Govindamal Adityath College for Women, Tiruchendur.
Next, pa.
Lot number 95, Sapna A, Tiruvallur Government Arts College, Rasibram.
Good afternoon, all. My title is Fractured Self, Cultural Identity, Oppression in N.K. Jemisin, the 5th season. I'm Sapna, pursuing my PhD in Tiruvallur Government Arts College, Rasibram. And my novel is 5th season, which explores his identity in Fractured World, a dystopian novel, focuses on cultural identity in a marginalized community. Origines as a socially excluded subject is projected in this novel, where cultural identity as a theme, where identity is shaped by culture, power, and belonging. Crisis arises due to oppression and domination, and which leads to alienation and fractured selfhood. Where the novel is set in a stillness, a seismically unstable world, constant earthquake and volcano eruptions, where the survival based society, where Origini, who possesses seismic powers, who can create and destroy mountains, where these Origines are being feared, controlled, and exploited by their own society, where they are subjected to systemic violence. Where taking Yusin as the protagonist of the novel, where she represents a fractured identity as Damaya, Cyanite, and Yusin. She navigates trauma and loss of identity, where her travel is between imposed and personal identity is seen in this novel, where trauma and displacement, where originy, loss of home and family, a psychological fragmentation of Yusin, identity is shaped by survival, is seen through the character of Yusin in this novel, taking power and cultural domination, institution as the fulcrum, which enforces and controls over the origines, where that leads to loss of identity shaped by domination, because one loses their self identity and questions one's own self existence is also seen through the characters in this novel. To my conclusion, where the novel projects the we can see that cultural identity as a struggle as well as a strength. Oppression reshapes one's identity, and novel also highlights resilience and resistance. This is my point, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, lot number 96, K. Adi Narayanan, Haji Harutta Raudar Howdia College, Autonomous, Uttamapalayam. Lot number 97, Santhia M. Govindamal Adityath College for Women. Lot number 98, Kavida S.M. Saratakar College, Tirunelveli.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, ma'am.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So myself, I'm Kavita, research scholar, Saratakar College, Tirunelveli. So today I'm here to present a paper entitled as Language to Content Equilibrium in Content and Language Integrated Learning, a conceptual framework for practice. So CLIL is an approach where two things can be done at a single time. One is the content will be learned by the learners and the language will be acquired by the learners. It is a term which was created by David Marsh and Duke Coyle in the year 1994. And in the beginning level, everyone said that, like, this approach will not work out well, but later now it started flourishing all over the world. So there is a framework in this approach, which is called as 4Cs framework by Duke Coyle. So the 4Cs
Now,
are
kindly rotate your mobile towards the horizontal.
That's fine.
That's fine. That's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Please proceed.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir. So the 4Cs are content, culture, communication, and cognition. So the research question which I raised in my paper is like, what principle supports equilibrium in CLIL classroom? What does equilibrium mean in CLIL practice? Equilibrium in this paper means like, as I told you, two things are focused, that is content and language. So that is called as equilibrium in this paper. So the dimension of equilibrium are curricular level, pedagogical level, interactional level, and then cognitive level. Curricular level, as we all know, it is a curriculum which is framed by the teacher and it integrates content goals and then language goals. So it is a coordination between subject teacher and then language teacher. So if it is done properly, in the sense, there will be a progression of language and content. Then pedagogical level, pedagogy is a strategy used by a teacher, that is a scaffolding strategy will work out well. So usage of multimodal resources will help the learners to listen, to involve in classroom activities. And then interactional level, in this interaction is must, because simply going and teaching a language is not a big deal. We have to make the students to interact with the classmate as well as the colleagues. So it promotes meaningful classroom interaction. Use of pair work as well as group work can be done. It increases the opportunity for spoken and written language productions. So it should be teacher-centered as well as student-centered interaction. Feedback is must in this level. And last, cognitive level. So it develops the learners from lower order thinking skills to higher order thinking skills. So it supports academic language. So gradual progression should be done. And then task will promote the learners in problem solving and creativity. Then pedagogical implications are clear content and learning goals, appropriate cognitive demand, instructional strategies to support language and content, aligned with assessment practice. The challenges and limitations are language and content should be balanced in the right way by the teacher. So the teacher should train the students. So the limitations will be like context dependent applicability, assessment facilities. For this, the institutions should support the teachers. And last, conclusion. So language and content balance is essential. Equilibrium changes depending on learners' level, subject, and learning goals. A clear framework helps the learners. It encourages the integration of cognitive and communication skills. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, lot number 99, Tina Infantia L, Sri Sarada College for Women, Salem.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, one and all present here. And my paper title is Facebook as a Catalyst of Love and Disillusionment in Nikita Singh's novel, Love at Facebook. And here Nikita Singh is one of the major writer in Indian literature. She has written 12 books, including The Reason Is You, Every Time It Rains, and Like a Love Song. And she had been published her first novel, Love at Facebook, at age 19 in 2011 while studying pharmacy. So I have chosen this novel in my paper, and the Nikita Singh's novel Love at Facebook captures the emotional realities of young people navigating love in a digital world. So this novel offers a compelling literary representation of this shift, portraying Facebook as both a facilitator of emotional connection and a source of profound disillusionment. So this paper examines how Facebook shapes our romantic relationships and act as a narrative catalyst that constructs love, trust, and identity in the lives of young adults portrayed in the novel Love at Facebook. So the rapid expansion of social media has significantly transformed how romantic relationships are initiated, nurtured, and fractured. So this novel focuses on virtual connections and interactions, such as like friend requests, chats, and online posts become powerful tools through which individuals connect. And this plays a major role in current situation too. And through this, the novel illustrates how digital spaces offer new possibilities for intimacy, allowing emotions to grow through screens and messages beyond physical boundaries. So, at the same time, it reveals the fragile nature of relationships formed in cyberspace, where miscommunication, anonymity, and curated identities often lead to emotional vulnerability and betrayal. So, this study highlights how Facebook intensifies romantic expectations while simultaneously destabilizing them, exposing the tension between virtual affection and real world emotional consequences. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, lot number 100, Gobika Sri, Vivekananda Arts and Science College for Women.
Number 100 is not there. Some people names given by Uma ma'am. Monica from Govindamal College.
Hello,
Monica.
sir. Can I
Madam, you
audible, sir?
proceed, madam. Yes, madam. Please, madam.
I'm Monica from Govindamala Aitana College for Women, and my topic and presentation is about an effectiveness of coaching center for TNPC students. And effectiveness is more about a structured guidance for the student to improve their academic performance, and the teaching qualities, methods, and interactive sessions they boost and understanding the motivation, and study materials, mock test, practices are the most crucial resources for an exam preparation. On the overall findings of a view of a demographic respondents, most of 55% of the students were in the age group of 20 to 25 years, and the educations were about the undergraduates, and their learning preference were both online and offline, and their learning duration for more than 1 year, and they're expecting that they choose the center because of the quality of teaching, and they discovered the center moreover through various social medias, and expecting the students were expected more about updated materials for learning, and as a part of students' opinion, the most coaching center strength is about a mock test practice, and at the same time, a center weakness is an expansive fees. So the teaching method understand via group discussion, because the group discussion it can vary from we can saw different opinions and different views, and the challenges of the students is general studies is the most challenging subject, and the student most useful resources and mock test. Although the coaching center is an effective for student, there are some suggestions that to enhance a doubt clearing session for clarification, improve study materials to update latest exam pattern, and implement an affordable and flexible fees plan to attract more students and enhancing infrastructure development. And by the way, I have concluded that a coaching center plays a vital role for competitive exam preparation. It's not only teaching, it involves some materials, test, doubt clearing practices, affordable fees to support the students and enhance credibility and student outcomes. And thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you,
Thank you,
madam.
madam.
Next,
Next,
Anita
Anita
Neswalar,
Neswalar,
madam.
madam. Anita
Good afternoon.
Neswalar, madam.
Good afternoon,
Please.
everyone. Myself, Dr. Janita Nesamlar. My topic is a study of digital marketing innovation and its impact on consumer purchase behavior in e-commerce in Tiruchendur. Digital marketing has transformed the way of business interact with customers, particularly in e-commerce. So the present study examines the impact of digital marketing innovation on consumer purchase behavior in e-commerce. The study is based on primary data collected from online shoppers through structured questionnaire. A sample of 50 respondents was selected using convenient sampling method. The findings revealed that digital marketing innovation has a significant positive impact on consumers' purchase behavior, particularly through personalized advertisements and social media marketing. And the findings of the study mostly says that the social media advertisements and influencer promotions significantly influence purchase decisions. Personalized and ads and email notifications increase consumer interest and repeat purchases. Trust, online reviews, and secure payment systems play a major role in consumer buying behavior. Digital marketing innovations positively impact consumer awareness and brand preferences. Social media marketing is the most effective digital marketing tool among consumers in Tiruchendur areas. Innovative digital marketing strategies increase the repeat purchases and brand loyalty. The study concludes that the digital marketing innovation plays a crucial role in shaping consumer purchase behavior in e-commerce. Innovative digital marketing practices not only influence purchase intention but also enhance the customer satisfaction and repeat purchase. E-commerce firms must continuously innovate their digital marketing strategies to remain competitive in the dynamic online market. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you,
madam.
madam.
Next,
Next,
Muhammad
Muhammad
Khurshid
Khurshid
Khan,
Khan,
St.
St.
John's
John's
College,
College,
Palangote.
Palangote.
Muhammad
Muhammad
Khurshid
Khurshid
Khan,
Khan,
St. John
St. John College,
Palangote.
Palangote.
Then next,
Then next,
Gayatri.
Gayatri.
Then
Then
Vishnupriya, Sri
Vishnupriya, Sri
Sarada
Sarada
College.
College.
Sir, I am Gayatri, sir, ready to present, sir.
Wait 1 second.
One second.
Gayatri, please
Gayatri, please
present.
present.
Gayatri, please.
Gayatri, please.
Good afternoon to all. I'm K. Gayatri, research scholar. Title of my paper is Deception and Disguise in Agatha Christie's The Disappearance of Mr. Davenham and the Veiled Lady. This paper focuses on how deception and disguise function as the central narrative element in two selected Hercule Poirot short stories written by Agatha Christie. She is known for presenting crime as an intellectual challenge rather than a physical act. In these stories, criminals succeed temporarily by manipulating the appearance, identity, trust, rather than by using force. In the disappearance of the Mr. Devanham, Christie presents an unusual mystery where the criminal and the supposed victim are the same person. A wealthy banker confidently claims that he can disappear without being traced. Soon after, he vanishes, leading the police to suspect murder or abandon. However, the truth lies in the deliberating disguise of Mr. Devanham alters his physical appearance. In contrast, the veiled lady express the deception through emotional psychological disguise. A mysterious woman wearing a veil approaches him. Pirate claims that her diamond necklace has been stolen. The veiled lady hides her true identity and helps her gain sympathy and trust. She presents herself as a victim, carefully manipulating the emotion to avoid suspicion. Pirate, however, observes the behavior closely and notices inconsistency in her story. Through logical reasoning, he reveals her false identity and the criminal intention. In conclusion, these two stories demonstrate Agatha Christie's skill in portraying the deception and disguise as powerful but fragile tool. Through the character Hercule Poirot, Christie emphasized that appearance are unreliable and the truth, guided by logical and observation, will ultimately prevail. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Vishnupriya
Vishnupriya
from Sri
from Sri
Sarada
Sarada
College.
College.
Vishnupriya is
Vishnupriya
not
is
there.
not there.
Kasturi, can you
Kasturi, can you
proceed?
proceed?
Kasturi,
Kasturi,
Mano.
Mano.
Mano, are you
Mano, are you
ready?
ready?
Still
Still
any,
we are
supposed to
supposed to
complete
complete
already. We
already. We
reached at 4
reached 4
o'clock.
o'clock.
Still
Still
anyone
anyone
pending?
pending?
Maragadam, you
Maragadam,
can
you can
proceed.
proceed, ma.
You can
You
proceed,
can
madam.
proceed, madam.
So my title is Evolution and Subjugation
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Yeah.
Rivers, Mother of Thousands. So first, what is river? River is an ancient word, own charm and power, the beginning of the world. A river is a person who has characteristics. Uh, a river also has a unique in the society. These classified into moderates and moderates believe in non-violence. Extremists believe in blood. Change is the basic need of rivers. They move towards the constant change in the society with the help of their ideology. Rebels carry anger and agony all over the world. It is difficult to give a concrete reason for the conversion of a normal human being into a rebel. The atmosphere, the social pressure, economical stress, political unrest, or the some of the reasons for the changeover of a normal human being into a rebel. The social constructions always look a rebel in a different manner. The society looks a rebel with a harsh eye. So, what is the social construction? The social construction deals with the so-called barrier of the society, like the conservative family structures, class distinctions, religious extremism, and so on. So the society is made by humans for the betterment of mankind. Civilization is the first step of the development, and it creates a separate structure or system. The system always supports the economical and social gains and does not care about the common people. It starts with the empire, hierarchy, and the social evils drive a normal man to a rebel. The grief dump nature of this society pushes a rebel to raise his voice to establish a constructive atmosphere around him. But the question knocks on the success of the voice and and also the range of the voice. To find the answer, Maheshwata Devi deals with the character Brati Chatterjee, a rebellious protagonist of this modern novel. And this novel shows the demon of the social construction, which plays a vital role in the life of Brati Chatterjee. Here, the writer brings out the attitude of the family towards the rebel. And it is the postmodern mindset of the society walk in his or ideology as the result of the conflict. The family isolates him and also the so called his ideology. The writer questions the materialistic thinking and the lack of humanity and selfish attitude of the society with the help of the character Dibyanath. So the behavior of an officer in charge
Maraga,
of the
30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Yes, sir?
Kindly
Kindly
complete
complete
within 30
within 30
seconds.
seconds.
Okay, sir. So they have the power to change the future of the country. So here the character Brati, a student who wants to bring the social changes. So as a student with a social anger, he joins in a leftist rebellious crew to fight for his rights. So in a democratic country, rights are the base and every human deserves their basic rights. That is what the title concludes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody
Anybody
still
still
interested
interested
to
to
present
present
and
and
they are
they are
unable to
unable to
present
present
while
while
Miss
Miss
Muthu
Muthu
Sundari
Sundari
list
list
out
out
Nandini?
Nandini?
Yes, please
Yes, please
proceed.
proceed.
Yes, yes, yes. Kasturi,
Kasturi,
then
then
Nandini.
Nandini.
Proceed with
Proceed,
Kasturi.
Kasturi.
Rotate your
Rotate your
mobile.
mobile.
Yes,
Yes,
Ah,
sir.
yes,
yes.
yes.
I am Kasturi J, PhD research scholar from the Department of English, Tiruvallur University, Sekar. And the title is Exploration for Individuality in the Forest Enchantment by Chitra Banerjee Divakarni, under the supervisor Dr. C. Anita, Tiruvallur University. Introduction. The Forest Enchantment by Chitra Banerjee Divakarni, which tells the story of our old, esteemed epic of Ramayana from Sita's point of view. The self-discovery of Sita, a well-known female figure in ancient India, is the main theme of the paper. The main focus of Divakarni's work is her ambition to explore South Asian women's identity.
Kasturi, we
We
lack
lack
of
of
time.
time.
We lack of
Lack of
time.
time.
Instead of
Instead of
It's
introduction
okay,
to
introduction
okay,
to
sir.
findings,
findings,
Yes, sir. Okay.
you
you
skip
skip
intro.
Forest of
intro.
Enchantment. Yes, okay. Sita is portrayed as an Indian popular
figure with a soft, gentle make appearance, and self identity is the main theme. And here, Sita and her children have been residing in Valmiki's hermitage, and the journey of her life is it speaks about the exploration of her individuality and the Sita, the life. Sita is a master of martial arts and knowledge. Ram and Sita, the eventually sits in the throne and struggles between Ram and Ravana is still ended. Sita dwells in the forest shadow with her sons Lava and Kusa. Although Sita's son's
Madam,
life
we
was
all
challenging for
are
her,
Madam, we
We
all
all
are
are
aware
aware
about the
about the
background
background
information.
information.
Kindly
Kindly
proceed with the
proceed with the
findings.
findings.
okay, sir. Sita exploration for individuality. Sita loved the experience of being with nature, and here it talks about the therapeutic quality of her towards talking with the plants. And here the main thing is Sita's Agni Pariksha story is a brilliant exploration of her individuality. And here, as it shows about the fire trial shown between towards the Ram, and as it shows us the chastity towards Dagni. Conclusion here, Sita portrayed the forest enchantment is to be a brave, powerful as a symbol of love. And here she fights and the voice has been heard when it is a time to speak. Here, Divakar portrays the fresh perspectives that give Sita the character the new tribes. And here the female character Sita, as it gives the long-lasting efforts on the readers and eliminates the way for all the women to lead their life. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
madam.
madam.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The
The
last
last
one
one
person
person
forgot her
forgot her
name.
name.
We forgot her
Forgot her
name.
name.
I think
I think
Nandini.
Nandini.
Yes, sir.
Yes, please
Please
proceed. You
proceed.
are the
You are the
last
last
fellow
fellow
presenter.
presenter.
Then we
Then
can
we can
proceed with
proceed
the
with the
formal vote
formal
of
vote of
thanks
thanks
from
from
Miss
Ms.
Muthu
Muthu
Sundari.
Sundari.
After
After
completing
completing
Nandini,
Nandini,
we can
we can
proceed with
proceed with
formal
formal
vote of
vote of
thanks
thanks
from
from
Muthu
Muthu
Sundari.
Sundari.
If our
If our
convener
convener
madam
madam
wants to
wants to
talk
talk
something, we will
something, we will
proceed with
proceed with
madam.
madam.
Mono is
Mono is
also wish
also
to
wish to
present.
present.
After
After
Nandini,
Nandini,
Mono, you
Mono,
can
you can
proceed.
proceed.
Nandini can
Nandini can
proceed now.
proceed now.
Please, Nandini.
Okay, sir.
Nandini.
Thank you. Good afternoon to all the respected dignitaries, coordinators, and my dear participants. I'm Nandini from AVP College of Arts and Science, Tirupur. My title is Silence and Solitude in Anita Desai's Fire and the Mountain. Anita Desai Fire and the Mountain is a psychological novel that focuses more on inner emotions than outer actions. The story mainly focuses three women, Nanda Kaul and her granddaughter and Iladas. The central theme of the novel are silence and solitude. Silence here is not merely the absence of speech, it became a powerful emotion of language. Solitude is not just physical isolation, but a deep psychological condition shaped by the pain and disappointment. Nanda Kaul represents true solitude after the lifetime of social duties. She retires to cautiously seeking peace through silence. However, beneath this calm linus hidden trauma, her husband's identity and her children's emotions distance. Her solitude is not true freedom, it is an escape from painful memories. My findings from this, from a feminist perspective, the novel shows how women are pushed towards silence, truth, sacrifice, trauma, and violence. Finally, the fire at the end of symbolizes suppressed anger and unresolved pain. Raka setting fire to the mountain shatters Nanda's isolation of peaceful solitude and revolves buried emotions. To conclude, Anita Desai represents silence as both protection and repression and solitude as refuge and prison. The novel reminds us that unhealed trauma cannot remain silent forever. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, everyone.
So myself, Mano, shall I present now?
Yes,
Yes,
Mano, please
Mano, please
proceed.
proceed.
Good evening to the jury members and the presenters. Myself, Mano, PhD research scholar from St. John's College, Palayamkottai. The title of my research paper is Who Speaks and Who is Silenced? A Psychoanalytic Study of Power and Identity in Second Language Learning. This study focuses on why some learners speak confidently in second language classroom while others remain silent even when they have the ability to speak. In most language classes, speaking is considered a sign of success. But learners who speak often are seen as a good learners, while silent learners are considered weak. However, many silent learners understand the language well. From this, the study tries to understand the silence from the deeper psychological perspective. The objective of this study are to identify who speaks and who remains silent in second language classrooms, to examine the role of power in the classroom interaction, and to understand how identity and emotion influence second language learning using a psychoanalytical approach. According to Freud, unconscious fear and anxiety strongly influence human behavior. In language learning, fear of making mistakes or past negative classroom experience can cause anxiety. Silence becomes a defense mechanism that protects learner from the embarrassment. What Lacan said, as Lacan explains that language shapes identity, but it can never fully express the self. In second language learning, the learners feel divided between their first language and the second language identity. This can create an inner conflict and results in silence. The key finding of this study shows that silence is not empty or meaningless. It reflects emotional struggle, power imbalance, and identity conflict. Speaking in the classroom depends more on emotional safety than on language ability. To implement it, teachers should create supportive classrooms where mistakes are accepted. Reducing fears and overcorrection can encourage participation. Silence should be understood as a meaningful response, it's not as a failure. In conclusion, this study argues that silence in second language learning is shaped by power, identity, and psychological factors. Understanding silence helps teachers build more inclusive classroom where all learners can eventually find their voice of the learners. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Mano. Thank you, Mano. Thank you for your. It is
It is
highly
highly
fortunate
fortunate
that
that
today
today
morning we
morning we
started
started
this
this
Yes.
international
international
conference
conference
with
with
the
the
same
same
similar
similar
topic.
topic.
Mr.
Mr.
Ranju
Ranju
ma'am,
ma'am,
professor
professor
gave the
gave the
motivational
motivational
related to
related
the
to the
emotional
emotional
support
support
about
about
those who
those
are
who are
unable to
unable to
speak the
speak the
second
second
language,
language,
about the
about the
confidence and
confidence and
tips, mirror
mirror
techniques,
techniques,
various
various
things
things
ma'am
ma'am
given.
given.
It is
It is
fortunate we
fortunate
end
we
with
end
a
with a
similar
similar
kind of
kind of
presentation.
presentation.
Over to
Over to
Muthu
Muthu
Sundari. You
Sundari.
can
You can
proceed with
proceed with
formal vote
formal
of
vote
thanks.
of thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. At the outset, on behalf of our Govindamal Adityanar College for Women, Tiruchendur, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our Honorable Chairman, Mr. Balasubramanian Adityan, Secretary Dr. Narayana Rajan, and our respected Principal Dr. M. Jansirani for their constant encouragement, visionary leadership, and unwavering support for the successful organization of this virtual international conference on innovation in multidisciplinary research. I express my sincere thanks to our esteemed resource person, Ms. Ranju, for her insightful and thought-provoking contribution. Her valuable sharing of knowledge and expertise has greatly enriched this conference and left a lasting impact on all the participants. I would like to place on record my deep appreciation to our convener of this conference, Dr. C.K. Umadevi, Associate Professor of English, Govindamal Adityanar College for Women, Tiruchendur, and the organizing secretary, Dr. Niaz Ahmed, the Honorary President of Association of Global Academicians and Researchers, for their dedicated efforts, meticulous planning, and effective coordination that ensured the smooth conduct of this conference. My special thanks are due to all the head of the department and faculty members for their cooperation, guidance, and wholehearted involvement throughout the event. I also extend my sincere gratitude to all the paper presenters for the scholarly contribution and to the participants for their active involvement, enthusiasm, and intellectual engagement, which truly made this conference meaningful and successful. Last but not least, I thank all those who have already directly or indirectly contributed to the success of this conference. With this, I once again thank everyone for being a part of this academic endeavor. Thank you all.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Miss
Miss
Muthu
Muthu
Sundari.
Sundari.
Thank you, sir.
really
Sir, some words from you,
deserve
sir.
Lots of appreciation. Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Uma, ma'am.
Sir, some words from me.
Yes, please, ma'am.
Dear
Please
Nia
proceed.
sir, dear Nia
சொல்லுங்க
sir,
சொல்லுங்க நான் கேக்குறேன்
thank
சொல்லுங்க
you so much for helping us to conduct this international conference in a very successful manner. A heartfelt thanks to you on behalf of our Govindamal Aditya College for Women Tiruchendur and also from myself.
we are fortunate, ma'am. We are fortunate to collaborate with you. God's grace.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, thank you, thank you.
Then my heartfelt appreciation and thanks goes to Miss Muttusundari, third BA English student, and also the English Literary Association student secretary for their neat and sweet MC and a wonderful delivery of vote of thanks.
I endorse, ma'am. I endorse. I endorse.
Once again, I
Thank you.
thank one and all. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you,
sir.
ma'am. Thank you, thank you, thank you all. God bless you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, sir.